if you're anything like me, on your journey to growing and becoming the person who you ultimately want to be, you're gonna have some mood swings. You're gonna be on your period sometimes where, you'll be thinking, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe this isn't the right thing for me to do. Maybe I should go out and do something else. Maybe I should quit. Maybe I should pivot, do whatever it is. And I've fallen for this trap a while, too many times, dude, where I'd be doing, all right, here's like how the cycle went. I'd figure out something, or I'd get this idea of like something that I wanted to do, and I become really inspired and motivated. I watch a whole bunch of videos about it, like learn how to do it, get really inspired, and then, okay, I'm gonna take a whole bunch of action. And for a week to maybe a month, usually that's like the time period, I put in all of this action. I'd still be motivated. Towards the end, I was like getting a little bit less and less motivated, but I still kept kicking. I still kept taking that action. But then after like that month period went by, I started to evaluate the results that I was getting, and I'd realize I wasn't where I thought I'd be. I thought I would have made more progress by this. I thought I, might have made more muscle by this time, or I would have made more money, would have, gotten more results in whatever that goal that I was trying to achieve, right? And my mood would just plummet. And I didn't think it was my mood. I never thought it was like my mood. I just thought it was, hey, me being rational. Like I'd quit some like business idea that I had, not because, I felt bad and, I felt stupid because I wasn't getting the progress that I was making. It was just because, this business model sucks, or maybe it's just not the right thing for me. Maybe I should try something different. I would never admit that it was just because I was feeling moody and I was upset that I wasn't getting the results that I expected. But anyways, the cycle would keep repeating. I'd get demotivated from doing this thing, feel kind of depressed for a while, and then find something else. Be like, oh, well, this might be the thing. This might be the thing that changes everything. Get really excited about it, do a whole bunch of research on it, take a lot of action. And then I'd lose that motivation because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, and then I end up quitting, getting really depressed again. And then I find something else, and then I like pivot to that thing. It's like this cycle kept repeating over and over and over. And it's only recently that I'm figuring out that I'm going to stay stuck in this cycle until I commit, until I learn to trust the process more than I trust my mood. And the first part of it is, one, just becoming aware that it is your mood. Especially as a man, I think a lot of guys, we like pride ourselves on being more rational or logical than girls are. It's like, yeah, but we still do experience emotions. And a lot of the time when you make a decision, it's not based on pure rationality, because it's not based on pure rationality. There's like always some emotional something tied to it. Like, you can't really make a decision based on pure rationality and no emotion, because it's like you have to feel something towards that, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not really sure how to explain it, but like if you just rely purely on logic, it's like, well, what's the point of doing anything if you don't feel that it's going to get you a good result, or if by doing this you're going to feel happier, or if by doing this you're not going to feel good, or something like that. There's always some level of mood involved with every decision that you make. And one, accepting that, but also trusting the process and just sticking with the process long enough, and not allowing your pissy mood to ruin the things that you've built up. It's like, you hear this so many times with successful people saying, people quit too early, they stop right before they like get the results. And this has probably been the story of my life for a while, because there's been plenty of things that I've quit when I just wasn't willing to keep going. I wasn't willing to keep walking and going in this path, because I just wanted to switch and do something else because I wasn't feeling good about it. My mood, just wasn't good. It's just something that's going to happen. It's something that you're going to face inevitably with anything that happens long term, whether it's building your physique. There's some times where I'm like, hey, building muscle and, getting and doing all of this stuff to bulk or whatever, it's kind of stupid. Like, who fucking cares? Like, I give you I could get a girlfriend right now, and I really don't need all that muscle or whatever. Just be in a really pissy mood, but it's like, no, I'm gonna trust the process. I'm gonna keep going. Or like, hey, you're cold approaching, and you're trying to, you know, attract some women, and you do a few cold approaches, you get rejected, and you're like, oh, well, this is stupid. I don't really fucking care about getting girls anyway. They're all stupid. I'll just be by myself, whatever. It's like, no, well, you're just in a pissy mood right now. The process still works. You've just got to keep going. You've got to keep running the process. Or like even with business or in making money or like creating content or whatever it is, like you're gonna go through these periods, or at least that's been my case, where you're looking over the progress that you've gotten and you just like feel bad about it, and it's okay. Like, you're going to end up feeling that. Just don't let your mood, your pissy mood, dictate your decisions. Trust the process. Like, trust like that feeling that you got when you first made that decision, when you first made the decision, hey, I'm gonna go out and achieve this thing. Don't switch up just because you're feeling bad about it now. Like, it's just not the right way to approach things, at least in my opinion, because it hasn't gotten me very far by trying that approach or listening to those emotions. And looking back on it, I definitely could have made a lot more progress if I would have just told that's another thing. It's not necessarily telling your emotions to shut the fuck up, because, you know, by trying to suppress your emotions, the emotions just get stronger and stronger and like keep yelling at you until you acknowledge it. No, it's accepting that, hey, this sucks. Hey, I'm very annoyed that I didn't get the progress that I thought I would make. I'm very annoyed with this, where I'm very frustrated and angry and maybe sad and depressed or whatever. Just accepting that, hey, that's the mood. Keep going on anyway. Or, you know, once you accept that emotion and understand what it's telling you, maybe you don't completely pivot what you're doing, but just change your approach to what you're doing so you can do better and improve in whatever that respect may be. You gotta trust the process. You gotta keep going. And you can't be too swayed by your mood, because if you allow your mood, which is very transient and keeps changing, or may change like day to day, even if it's not changing day to day, like maybe it's week to week or month to month, I don't know. If you allow that to make such a drastic decision, and usually the worst decision is quitting on something that you've committed to, I just don't think it's the right approach. And it's something that I'm certainly starting to learn, to just stick with things longer, trust the process, trust that it's going to work. I just have to rely on the principles of what works rather than relying on my emotions to make the right decision, because, yeah. Anyways, hope you got some value. Maybe you relate or have gotten some insights from this video. I don't know. But if you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Love. Peace out.